75% of Americans are fearing the economy is headed right back into a recession, something market watcher Larry Glazer has been on this very show warning about for months. Larry, why are people coming around to your view of thinking, and what are they seeing that you saw or that you're both getting a grasp of now?
Sure, Neil. Well, if you look at the survey results today, it's particularly interesting to note that it is the middle class that feels the most pessimistic here. It's the middle class that feels the most disenfranchised, and it is the middle class in this country that feels we are most likely going into a recession. You know, it's interesting. If we look back at the 2008 presidential contest, one of the most hotly debated subjects was the role of the 1% in this country. And what's interesting about that is, despite that debate, it's ironic that the 1% has done just fine. It's the middle class that has been suffering all along. It's the middle class that actually has some money and savings, can't earn anything in retirement income. It's the middle class that pays taxes in this country, yet worries about higher taxes. It's the middle class that owns small businesses and worries about an environment that's not favorable to them. So it says a lot about the environment, but mostly what it says is you can't have a healthy economy and a healthy environment without a healthy middle class. And that's what we're headed towards right now.
All right. Now, there are a lot of schmutty-pan economists who talk to me and say, well, people can't distinguish between what is a slowdown and a recession. A slowdown coming off our levels doesn't mean a recession. As you often remind me, if you feel like things are bad, they're bad. My fear with numbers like this and people getting wind of numbers like this is it has a psychological impact. In other words, if you're planning to buy something, you're less likely to buy something. If you're planning to do something big, you're less likely to do something big. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do you worry about that?
That's right. Oh, absolutely. You know, consumer confidence has been sliding. Consumer sentiment has been sliding. Factory orders, retail sales, they've all been declining. The jobs picture really is anemic. So when you have a very slow growth recovery, which is what we've had, any slip, which is really what we've seen a decline, feels like a recession. So there's a recessionary-like environment, and that's really where we are. And as you know, perception can become reality, even with companies who have prospered during this time because of their fiscal responsibility. Companies are going to hold back. Everyone's going to sit on their hands. They're not going to spend money. They're going to hold back on those major decisions like home improvements, new factories, because they're worried about the overall environment. We need certainty, we need clarity, and we need confidence. That's what we need.
Thank you, Larry. Larry Glazer in Beantown.